Okay, hopefully these are good.
Yeah, and when you step forward, you do, I feel like there's like almost a little bit of a pause if I'm doing your part before I step forward, because he has to move his feet to make space for you, right? So you have a little bit more time there so you don't feel rushed stepping towards him.
Okay.
So one more time. So, and then I think for you, Fred, yeah, maybe taking a little bit more of a bigger side step.
Okay.
So as you start out, like moving a little bit more, moving less, moving more on that second step to open your feet up. Yeah. Oh, you didn't get your cross in. Yeah, there you go.
So and then is this where she steps between my feet as I come back?
Yeah, so once you've done the cross, so once you're here, as you step here, she's going to go right in. So it's not going to be literally like between, because you're moving out of the way, but it's going to be in that track, right?
And because it helps for her if I step straight back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so as you come here, do you see how I'm? Yeah, that was better that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as I do this cross and I step back, do you see how I'm releasing that left toe off the floor? So that gets kind of that roll into the foot before I come around. Right there. Whoops. So step back. Let's say you're in the cross and you get to that spot where you,
Right.
yeah. And now you're going to put all your weight onto that. And as you step back here, yeah, that action. So before you go to there.
Okay. Did I raise the other foot?
No, it's easy to want to do this.
Yeah.
You see how I just kind of roll right there. So, yes. So you're rolling through. And so as soon as you roll, and then so as soon as I roll that up from there, then I'm going to be moving it over to the side. And you can see where it changes from the heel in contact to the toe in contact, and then I reach around with the toe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I haven't been practicing. I have to work on that.
Yes, there you go. Did that feel a little easier to take the step there? Because that slows you down to roll through the feet instead of just kind of pulling it back from.
Okay, because I was thinking more just in terms of slowing, but I see.
Right. Yeah. And then again, remember, once you roll out of that, then it's going to come through here and the toe's going to be in contact, and I'm going to point that toe to wherever I want to end up. So if I'm going to do the underturn one where I only want to turn here, I would point the toe. But if I'm going to do the regular one, I want to make sure the toe comes all the way around to there. And the reason that you do that is that opens the hip. So if I only want to go to there, the hip doesn't need to be as open. But if I'm coming here, that hip has to be open so she can get through. Yeah, for her cross on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're always doing that when we're moving backwards, that pointing the toe to where you want to end up.
Right.
So the toe gets there quicker than the body.
It's like you did that with the foxtrot when we stepped.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It is a little cold in here now that I took my jacket.
Oh, you want to go put a sweater on before we?
I took it off because I was thinking but maybe I will put it back on for a minute.
Okay, we start off and she'll feel like I'm pushing it.
Okay.
And I don't want to be doing that.
Knees down.
Yep, give her the warning through the compression.
Rather than up above.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
I didn't get the message.
We stopped, so I thought I'd just go into it.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Whoop.
Ready, set.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so can I do that with each one of you again?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Fred, you get to go first.
Get this down.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, okay, so that wasn't bad because I can do, I know where to put myself. The one thing that I felt right off the bat, and this is so common, because you're turning to the left and she's standing on your right side, it's easy to kind of want to get her over there, right? Because you're going that way and she's over there. So if I let this come forward, it actually sends her right into your way.
Okay.
Right? So when I step forward with my left foot, and if I started here, that left side, they call this as being the positive side. So it's the positive because it's moving forward. Now watch if I do.
Right. I see.
You see, it's actually moving backwards behind me. So I want it to move forward, then turn.
Okay.
And that'll keep you from, because if you do turn early, then this is going to come around and she's going to be right in front of you, or there's nowhere to go.
Okay.
So if you get this moving positive, the left side, now past the right side. Yeah, so let's do that one more time. So you're going to step forward with the left foot, and the whole left side of the body is progressing forward. Yes. Okay. Yeah, and that helps you to get more, I think we talked about that and maybe something else too, helps you progress down the floor, because the more I go, the more energy goes off that way. But if I progress, then turn, you can see that the energy will move down the floor easier.
Okay.
So resisting that urge to want to send me over there, which is right where you're going, right? So if you go just straight forward, then turn. I go straight forward, then turn. You do. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was better. Yeah. Okay, and then a couple of things for you. When you step forward, you know how we were saying that you step kind of between his feet. So I do want to be careful that I don't go so far. Do you see I'm going across myself this way? So I feel like I'm going to still keep that right in front of my left hip so I don't go across like that. So when trying to think that you're moving between his feet, it almost looks like you're going closer to the foot on that side. So it's more that he's going to be kind of moving out of your way and you're just coming right through here. And I think it's going a little bit over here and then it's blocking you.
Yeah, okay.
And when you step back, if I do it just from here so you can see, when you take your step back, releasing the toe from the floor.
Okay.
And that's not what we tend to want to do naturally. We tend to want to keep it down. Especially if we feel him coming towards you, you're like, grip. The toes want to grip on so you don't fall over. That's sort of the natural response. Right. Okay, so here's if I turn too soon so you can feel the difference. See, I kind of put you right there where I'm going. So I'm gonna move down the floor first and then pass.
Whoops, I didn't put my feet together.
And then you're going to move down the floor. So now your left side is moving that same positive.
Okay.
Down and then turn. I go down, you go down. And now when you step backwards there again, that's it. So rolling through that foot.
Okay.
And when you put the foot back where your right foot is right now, as you move onto it, it's likely going to move back at least a tiny bit to there. Yeah.
Because you push, you mean?
Because you're pushing out of this forward foot. Now, let me do this. I'm going to stand next to you or in front of you. I'm going to have you look into the mirror for a second. So as you step back, and you had your foot back like that, right, when I was just doing it with you. So now if I go down here, and now do you see how both feet are just flat? So as this one goes down, this one has to go up. So that rolling action. And in fact, I try to make sure before the back one, back heel goes down, the front toe, so if I stopped in the middle and someone took a picture right in the middle, it should look like that with your feet. So getting used to being able to be in that as the halfway point instead of this. Because this plants both feet on your floor, and especially when you're going to that faster tempo, right? Both feet planted really kind of grounds you too much, and you can't really move as quick as you'd want to, and then it feels like he's running you down.
Got it.
Yeah? So going back, you're going to take your toe back, and before the heel drops down, yeah, and you can see what I mean by, can you see how there's the right foot, this one I have behind me, is actually kind of moving, doesn't have to go very far, but there's a little, instead of just dropping right there, can you see? And before the heel goes down on the back one, the toe has to start coming up. So if I went halfway, which is kind of hard to balance, but it's a good thing to get used to knowing that that's the halfway position. Yeah, yes. And you know what, it doesn't hurt, and even if you have to hold on to something while you're doing it, at home, just to kind of feel what that feels like, to be on the heel of the front foot and the ball of the back foot, and just feeling that, because it's kind of, you wouldn't normally have any sense of wanting to, and you can try it with both feet, depending which foot is going back, and before I let that back foot drop, or that back heel drop down, the forward one is always coming up. And that'll be for Viennese waltz, for any of the dances when you're moving backwards, except for the Latin dances where you don't take the toes off the floor. But any of the ballroom dances, when you go backwards, if I just step back, you can see that forward release, and then the land of, now my heel hasn't gone down. And ideally, if you're doing it fully on technically, as technically correct as you can be, the back heel doesn't actually go down, if I'm in this split position, until the front foot is right next to it. So right there. And usually we do, and this foot is still this far in front. And that again is, if you do want to practice that, it's good to practice it while you're hanging on to something, so you can slowly drop that heel and get used to how that feels and which muscles and joints you're using to support you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just wouldn't normally do that in anything else. There's like no reason to create that, unless you're dancing and moving backwards a lot, which we have to do, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So that halfway point, whether I'm going forward or back. In fact, if somebody took a picture in the middle of a step and it was like this, you wouldn't actually be able to tell if I was moving forward or back, because this is the halfway point for both of them. So if I was taking a forward step halfway, so before that toe goes down in a forward step, and this is what most people do, and then everything's flat again. So before the forward toe goes down, the back heel has to go up, and then again, if I do it fully technically correct, that toe in front won't go down until the back foot is right next to it. So that takes a lot of control to do that. And a lot of strength in the feet and the ankles and that too, to get that, which comes just from doing it over and over. Yeah. Or doing like, you know, these foot and calf things where you're doing foot exercises. But in heels, it's obviously harder too, right? Than if the flatter your shoes are, so the guys have it much easier. And that's why we wear these flatter shoes when we're teaching a lot, because it's just like easier on your feet and your balance point. But when I dance in heels, I'm like, it takes a minute to adjust to the feel of being, you know, having that heel to. And so when you release the toe from the floor, make sure and bring it back down. So when you did this, you kind of left it up as you took the next step. So when it's here, I'm going to then change it back to kind of reach with the toe and then close the feet.
Come over here and do it.
You're just staying out of the way.
Well, I was trying to reinforce what you showed me while you guys were working.
That was better though. Yeah, and I think when you step forward, Jerry, so if you do the part where you just are backing up, let's say you're already in the cross.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to back up. So when I step forward, it kind of looks like do you see how I'm going? So because I'm still on this side of you, when I say step between your legs, I just don't want to go out here. That's obviously too far, but I don't want to go
just stepping
over there either, right? So it's really,
You're just stepping like if we were just normally dancing or something,
And then you're just going to take your step back. And you know what? Do you see how I got your toe right there? When you step back,
I didn't notice that.
you didn't feel it? Well, I didn't put all my weight on it. So when I step back, I'm actually turning the toe inward a little bit, so it turns out of her way. So if you step forward towards me so you can see that. And I'm going to be in the cross, right? And you're just going to do the part where you come forward with your left foot. So if I just went, so with this one? So if I just went right here, you didn't step on me, but you were pretty close. But now I'm going to really move my foot out of the way. Okay. And when you come forward with your left foot one more time. Now, so when you come forward, I'm going to take a step forward towards you for a second so you can feel something. So go ahead and I'm going to step towards you with my left foot. So go ahead and just go back here. We're just going to take one step. So when I come towards you, I want you to feel me moving at you sort of in one piece. Now, if I go.
Yes, I see.
It's kind of hard to feel what's coming first, right? So if I come towards you and you feel all the energy in one movement. Right? It's kind of like, where's it coming from? So when you step forward now with your left foot, see if you can do it all in one. Okay, go ahead whenever you're ready. Oh, you know what I think it was is that I felt more energy go this way than that way. So there is a little compression in your legs so that you can get all the joints activated to push you forward. But I felt like it got like too far here, and then it didn't give you enough to come forward.
Okay. So I'm going to, but I do go
just
down.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
That's about as much as you want to go. And now send your energy forward. That was better. That was better. Okay, and I think that went too far down.
It was dipping.
Now, you go back again, and I'm going to do what you did so you can feel. So you're going to go back with this foot.
It would be more instead of bending the knees, just unlocking them.
Yeah, softening them.
Enough to.
So I'm going to do kind of what I felt from you. I might exaggerate it a little bit so it's easier.
Okay. A dip, yeah.
You see,
It's like going like this.
and you know what I felt like when I did that? It's like my hips got stuck back there, and so I really want my hips to kind of move me forward, and they got stuck back behind me, and so they were, so
weird.
So now you're going to step forward again with this foot, and you're going to go a little bit, and then send yourself forward, and I'm just waiting for you now, so you can, so again, I felt a big dip. Yeah, that was better. That was better. One more time. Yeah, that's it. And that's about what I feel like I do. When I go forward as a lady, I'm providing that momentum because our legs are designed to go that way. It's the easiest, for the person going forward to give that power. And then you don't feel like you're being pulled into it, because you're the one that's actually sending the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Okay. And we're just making sure that we time that with what he's doing. So that's the tricky thing, is getting the timing to match, because you're doing different things, but they have to timing-wise match. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if I do this, and I'm going to just take that step, you're going to step back with your left foot, or excuse me, your right foot. I'm going forward with the left, and so you're just going to take that back step, and we're just going to do what we were just practicing. So I'm going to, and as you take that back step, you're going to use this leg. So I could move a lot more if you take a bigger step.
Okay.
And now, notice that you're kind of, not that I'm the leader all of a sudden, but you're following the momentum that I'm providing. So, feel me move towards you, right? Okay? So the more I can put that energy in, yeah? And you can feel me coming. Now, if I did.
Yeah, then I'm pulling.
Yeah, right, then you start wanting to pull. That's the first thing that you want to do, is pull. And then once you're being pulled, you're going to want to resist. That's the natural thing. And you're not going to want to go when something's pulling you, right? You resist to keep yourself from falling over.
Yeah.
And then it gets that game of,
That's so
yeah. So just do the forward step, just like we did, okay? And let her kind of start the momentum a little bit there.
I'm dipping again. I feel myself dipping.
But it still, I thought, went more forward than it had before.
Does that feel better?
Yes, that was much better. So whenever you go forward, that's your turn to provide that power there.
Yeah.
Right? And you're kind of backing off a little bit, right? So that you don't pull her into it, because then she won't be able to give the power.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's his turn, right, to do the power. Power. And now you power. And then he powers. And then you power. So you just keep taking turns. Yeah. And running out of space. You want to try it from back here? And actually, in the practice hold, it can be a little bit harder if you do both arms out like this, because you're just further away, and to get around each other is harder. So I did it that way because we were just doing the one step.
Right.
If you want to do practice hold, I would do it with this one, but this one still goes around so that you could get closer to each other. Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to doing both arms in that practice hold if you're going to do that basic. Yeah. And usually the man will put his hand, so it's almost like I'm supporting her from underneath. Yeah, like I do. Let me do that once so you can see. Can you see how? So this is normal. So I've got her here as opposed to, right? So I'm still kind of under instead of over. And I'm holding her just kind of right on the other side of the elbow.
Okay, well, I kept trying to do that, and she kept going.
Like, yeah.
Doing this. Okay.
Waiting on me? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, this one.
Yeah.
Power, and now he powers. You power, he powers. You power, he powers. Yeah, that seemed better, huh? Yeah.
That's dizzy.
Yeah, so that was much better. And you got a really nice size step there too,
Yeah.
compared to what you were doing before. Yeah. Yeah.
Just put your arm up and leave it there. Okay. I'm sorry, try again.
And he powers. Well, you can go ahead and turn around and start forward if you want. I mean, we just started here so she could, because we were just focusing on that second half of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're going to do the power going forward, just like she did. Power, and she powers, and you power, and the lady, and the man, and the lady, man, lady. I thought that was working better though, right? So you can see where it was easy to kind of fall back into what you were doing before, and then you corrected it, yeah? Yeah. And then that very first thing when you get started, especially starting from a stopped position here, so easy to want to, you feel me, push you over in front? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to keep this non-active on this side so it's not doing anything.
Stepping straight.
So I'm just going to keep this side moving, then turn. You power, I power, you power, I power, you power. Nice. That was much better. Yeah.
That's probably a good thing for making your way through traffic on a dance floor. You're looking where you're going and you just go for that hole.
Right.
Because I find that that's another one of our problems. We seem to be okay when we're in a practice, just going around a circle, but we get on the dance floor and oh my gosh, I feel like
I'm going to
we're...
run into somebody a lot of times, I'll just stop.
Right.
Rather than run into somebody
Right.
until I feel fluidly able to.
Yeah. And for Vini's waltz, because you're going fast and you're, you know, and somebody gets right in your way and you're like, ah. But so the best thing to do, and I don't know if I even showed this to you yet, the hesitations. Did we do the hesitations?
I don't think so.
So it's like if you can actually stop really quick. So if I'm doing, let's just say I'm doing one basic and somebody gets in the way. So I'm doing the basic, going down the floor, somebody's here, hesitation. Hesitate. I can even go to all four sides. Okay, they're gone. So here I go again. So I don't have to completely just stop and stand still, but it's a stop, a dancing stop, sort of. You know.
Forward and back.
Yep.
Side.
And I can do forward and back if I'm like just need a little bit of time, or I can do forward and back and angle it away. So maybe they're there and I want to move away. You know, so, or if I need a little bit more time, I could do forward and back twice, or I could do forward and back and side, and then hopefully the time, the stall will work and I'll have a space to go.
And as we progress, as I'm going down, if I was going to normally turn going straight, I can either turn and go out this way, or turn and go out this way, whatever.
You could, a little bit.
Bring her comfortably around.
Yeah. So let's say I'm dancing and,
Still go.
right. I'm dancing and you're right there. You know, I could move around. And then those change steps that we were doing to get into the right turn, where we did both directions,
Right.
that is another good maneuvering one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Just
Yeah.
coming out of that, I can point any
Yeah.
direction I want, really.
But that hesitation is like a way to almost stop, but without, you know,
Yeah,
you're still dancing.
Still looks like you're
Yeah,
dancing,
yeah.
So kind of like in the foxtrot,
Yeah, but you're going to bring your foot all the way up because you're stepping on one, hold 2, 3. Now, what I did here is I actually put my foot out to the side. I could bring my feet just all the way together here, like that. And when I go to the side, I can bring them all the way together. Or because the music's fast, sometimes you can get pulled over a little bit. So sometimes I just do this. As I leave it out to the side. Yeah, and it also kind of balances me there for the split second. And then I'm ready to go balance, balance, balance. It just gives me a wider platform to balance, where if I get here, it could, whoa, pull me right over. Like if you didn't get the message soon enough that he was stopping, you're still going, and his feet came together, it would be really hard. But if I put it here, it just gives me a little more of a counterbalance position. So if I'm doing, you see, so that helped me to stop. Now I'm going to do it, and I can still stop you with my feet together because I'm used to doing it, but it's a little bit harder for you to get the information as early. Right, it's like, and then, now I'm putting my feet all the way together. Now I'm going to do the side, side. It helps to get a little bit more shaping too, where this tends to be.
And it helps me to be on balance too, because.
And you can literally tell easier what foot I am but if everything's here, it's kind of hard to tell. Am I stepping on that foot, or I'm just balancing it with my feet together?
Right.
But if my feet are apart like that, and each time I take a step, I just make sure that I balance myself over the standing foot. And you can feel that, right? Where again, if I go like this, you can't really tell which foot I'm over, right? You can't feel it as easy. And you're going fast and trying to judge what he's doing, get that information. So I find it for Viennese waltz usually easier to do that.
Better too, because once I come back, put the weight evenly on both foot. Now it's which one do I start off with?
Yes.
And which one is she?
Yes. It's too easy to lose track of. But if it's here, it's that one that's out to the side is the one that you're going to use it next. The one that's out to the side is the one you're going to step with.
And it looks more elegant.
Yeah, I think it does too. Yeah. But that's a really good one if you're going to dance socially Viennese waltz with other people on the floor. And, like I said, you could go forward and back, side to side. Up, can't go. Up, can't go yet. Oh, now I can go. Here we go,
And again, when I step back, I turn this toe a little bit this way.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm thinking I may overemphasize it for a while just to make sure I build that
And then
muscle.
as you do, making sure that the forward, releases.
Releases and comes
Yes.
Okay. And then for that second one, it comes onto this foot, and then now, do I step to the side with this one? When I'm doing that second breakaway, sort of to
The one where you lead her in the turn, or?
one after that?
Oh, the change, the one where you're doing the right turns and left turns?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, you're going to want to go all the way. So let's say we do one full left turn. In fact, let's back up so we have enough space here.
Right.
Because I think we just did one of each, didn't we? So we did left turn. And I'm going to make sure that this is all the way into the corner, into the diagonal, instead of towards the mirror. Okay, so I just brought my right foot in, and I know because we stopped there, it's kind of, so now I'm going to step forward with my left, and this is the change step. And I'm going to do a little bit of an angle on my second step, but I'm not turning my body, because if I turned, I would end up here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to keep it no turn, because I did a lot of turn one way, and I'm going to do a lot of turn the other way. So this is sort of the neutral part in the in between.
Here and going this way.
Yeah.
Instead of coming all the way around.
Yeah. So to here. So then your change step, starting with the left foot, is forward, side, together, And now I'm going to turn and go. And at this point, I am backing the line of dance. Yeah, so I'm turning from this diagonal, because it's 3/8 of a turn, I'm going to come all the way around to here. And the way we were talking about this a little bit last time is that wherever that first step goes, because I'm stepping for that diagonal, my second step is going to be sideways, but it's going to be moving in that direction. So it's going to be to the side, but it's still following that diagonal. And then when I close my feet together, I'm going to do a little bit more turn so that I end up backing line of dance. So each step has to have a little bit of rotation. And then when you step back, do you see the same process? So that time you stepped here and didn't roll off this one, point my toe to that diagonal, close the feet together. Roll, point, close. Put your heels down there. Yep. Okay, and then you're going to step forward with the right foot, because this is a right foot change step. So it's going to go forward, side, together. And you notice that there's no rotation on the change step. There's a little angle, but doesn't turn your spine. And an angle would be like, instead of going, this is straight to the side, it's going to move a little bit this way, but I didn't turn my body. My body's still facing the same direction, right in front of the camera. What was that?
Well, when you come out at this angle, it's pretty much just, it's on the right foot, it's pretty much just forward.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And if you get that second step, it's not directly to the side, it's not forward, and it's actually considered, because there's all these little tiny variations of foot position. If this is side, this is called side and slightly forward. So this is side and slightly forward. So this is side, this is forward. There's forward and slightly side. Then there's diagonally forward, and there's side and slightly forward, and then there's side. So there's all those little variations of where that foot goes. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 it would be, right? Yeah. So there's like 3 different. So there's side, there's forward, forward and slightly to the side, diagonally forward, then this kind of side and slightly forward, side, and then the same thing going back. Right. Side and slightly back, diagonally back. Yeah, back and slightly side, back, yeah.
Okay.
So it's all those little variations to be exact with where your feet are going. So a lot of times either people take this exactly to the side, and then it's really hard to do those angles when the music's fast, or they get it going too far forward, and then it's hard to close your feet when you're moving forward like that. And then
on the right foot, it's slightly forward?
right there, yep.
And then together?
Yep.
Okay, and
then you're going to go into the left turn, and you're already into this diagonal, so you really get a little bit less effort to get around.
so underturn a little bit on
yeah.
this. Whoops. And come back around too.
Yeah, so if you're starting here,
keep going that way.
just remember each time on the 3, you're going to be backing line of dance. Yeah, and then you're going to come around here to this. And if you did that change step, this one would be a left foot change step, and it's side and slightly forward, and then I'd go around to the right, and then I would do a right foot change step, and then go back around to the left. That's if I'm just doing one of each direction. Now I can do, just so you know, we're not going to do it right now, just so you know, you can do several of the same ones before you change. So if I was doing the left turn, and the left turn goes easier down the straightaway, and the right turn is easier in the corner. So if I'm coming up to the corner, I could wait and do only a right turn when I get to here. And because I don't have very much room to go, I might keep it a right turn, and then go back to the left turn, because now I'm moving down the floor.
Okay.
So anyway, so not that you have to know that, but you can, or do that yet, but just so you know that we're just doing one of each and changing back and forth, but
So the right
you can do
turn
multiples. And the right turn was after we did this left foot change step, and it was forward, side, close, and back, side, close.
Oh, this is the change step, right?
That was the right turn. Now we do the right foot change step. So the right turn was this part of it. So this was the left turn to here, right? This is the left foot change step because it starts with the left foot. So that's an element, that's a pattern just in itself, those 3 steps. Now this is the right turn, or it's also called a natural turn in international. So those things mean the same thing. And this is forward, side, close, back with the left foot, point to the side, and close. And this is a right foot change step because your right foot is the leading foot.
Okay, and then ready to go back.
Right. Because every 3 steps you're on an opposite foot, right? 1, 2, 3. If I start with the left, it's left, right, left. Then it's right, left, right. Left, right, left. Right, left, right.
Okay, so the one turn is just this one, and the right turn is very similar to the change step that we're doing.
So that was the change step. Now this is your right turn. The right turn is similar to the left turn, except you don't cross. Right. And you remember why I said you don't cross on that? Because the lady is on your right side, so it's actually easier to turn to the right than it is to turn to the left because she has a longer way to get around there. But if I'm turning towards this way, she's already over there, so I don't have to do anything to her. But because we learned the left turn first, it feels like that's one's the easiest. But in international,
Pattern where I turn her, and then I did 2 of the. This is the basic step, or one's the natural, and this is the.
cross body lead on the one right before you turn her.
Well, just the normal step we've been learning. This is
Okay. This is a reverse or the left turn.
Okay, so
Left turn.
we do the left turn.
Change.
I did 2 of those, and then I did the turn, and then I did 2 of those, and we did the change step, right? Or were we doing the right turn in the process?
Yeah, you did the change step and then the right turn.
Which you always have to do that, so your feet are.
You have to do the change step in between to link those patterns together. 1, 2, 3. So the right
So
turn
now what I'm
starts with
doing
the
from-
right foot.
So what I'm doing right now, what
Starts
you
the-
taught us before, we were doing the right turn. Okay, I was thinking there was a third.
Oh, no, no,
turn
no,
to-
no, no.
Okay, so
We're just clarifying
this
what you
is
were
the
doing.
right turn.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. I know it can be kind of tricky with all the different names. But before you did do the left turn, which is we're considering as the most basic pattern, then we did the cross body lead, which was just a little bit different variation for you. The first half is exactly the same, you do the cross, but you underturn a little bit while she's coming across you. And then you start moving in a diagonal so that while she turns, you're doing a little bit of a diagonal run, and then you step over to the side.
okay, and I'm going to just do one left turn, and then we'll do that turning one.
The cross body lead to the underarm turn, yeah.
Right, and then if there's anything that you can correct it, we can work
Okay,
on between
got
the
it.
lines. So, okay, so.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I just did one.
I thought you were doing like one full.
The whole full one first.
So,
We'll just do one left turn.
A half of one and then the cross body lead? Is that what you're thinking, Fred?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3, cross body lead, turn, 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 explosion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
So when I bring her around, stepping this way. So as we do when we explode, we're right here, and when we come back, we're
Yeah, and
whichever way we want to go out of here. Okay, so,
when
I was doing both of these going perpendicular instead.
well, I think that when she's turning and you're kind of following in her turn, you are going this way, but then I'm going to turn towards the mirrors for the explosion. So here's the crossbody lead, and you see how I'm kind of angling so I stay with her, and then I step away. So that you did do that way. Okay. But you might have been thinking of those 3 running steps more this way. And the reason they go at that angle is then I can stay where she's going, because she's going across that way, and if I'm going this way and she's going that way, we get too far away from each other, right? Okay. So if that
clarifies it.
Yeah. So I think that part you were definitely doing correct, where you turn towards the mirror. So I'm here, bring her across. I go towards her, and then I have a little bit of a turn back to here. Then I have a turn back towards her. This is kind of like you're facing the audience or whatever. Then I turn towards her. And then when you take, let me come back one step to here. So when you take this step, actually step onto that a little bit that way, yes. 1, 2, 3, here.
1, 2.
And that gets it, so I can get around you on that next part. So when we're here, and you can see that as I take this step, do you see how I move that hand right here? Now, if I just did this, we're kind of all caught up right there. But this moves you out of my way just a little bit. And now I can move over to here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, all those little details. After you get the initial sort of big overlook of it, there's lots of little details that make it easier to do. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so.
And go for that?
Yeah, we'll do that, and I think we're probably good here. So we'll do the whole thing.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah. Now, just one last little comment that I was just going to say. When you get to this part here where you're side by side, I think you were both doing the same thing there before, where you just put the foot down right there. Now notice that I'm actually going to move this foot. Do you see how we both moved that way? Yeah, because if we go, it's just like too crowded right in that spot. Yeah, so this is 1, 2, 3, and then I move to the other side of the hand.
Okay.
So you're here, and this foot is going to go 1, 2, 3, and then move over here.
Okay.
Yeah. 1. So you're in this position. Mm-hmm. So we're both going to take a step over that way. 1. Now you're going to put that foot behind you. 2, 3.
And this one, did you say that I rock back on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, actually, so you're going to do you did this, 1, and this is called a ball change, because you're going to use the ball of the back foot, ball change. So I'm not going to drop that back heel down.
Okay.
And mostly I'm just picking up the heel of the front foot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And the reason we don't do heel on this one, because it drops you too far back, right?
Right, and this rolls you right into your next step. Okay.
Then I come, right around to pick her up.
Got it.
Yeah? Yeah, so we clarified, and just a big thing for you is getting that power going forward, right? That really made a difference.
In one
movement. Yeah. It really made a difference, because it was kind of, dropping and turning, and now it's...
It really felt, it's good to know from your experience what I'm doing, because I didn't know I was doing that.
Right. Yeah, there's no way you would, right? You wouldn't know any different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
But that'll be good for all the dances that you're doing too, not just for the Viennese waltz, because you're going to be doing that on all the smooth dances, the foxtrot, the waltz, the tango, Viennese waltz. Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yay.